Hello, beloved of St. George's. A strange thing happened around the church here this week on our way to Sunday. It seems that one of our parishioners who had attended one of our services this past Sunday had a relative with whom they had been a few days prior, and then on this past Monday, this relative was diagnosed with the coronavirus and then has been since in the hospital. And so when that became known to us, we met as a staff and we made a couple of decisions. First of all, in order to be safe here for the following Sunday, we canceled in-person services. The next thing that we did was we called everyone who attended last Sunday's services so that they could be aware, so that they could monitor themselves. Some of them might want to get tested in a few days, and also so that they could self-quarantine. And the third thing that we decided was to plan on having Father Jeff, who was serendipitously not here at St. George's last week because he was down at the cathedral on Seafarers Sunday. We were going to ask him to come into the church and give an online sermon with morning prayer. But then the exposed parishioner tested negative today. So now the worship team has decided to meet back in the church, and instead of trying to contact everybody to go ahead and plan on attending church in person, we're simply going to do an online service, and that is going to be at 9:15. It will be the contemporary service this week that we'll be doing. Now, I call things like this fun with COVID, although it's not because it's funny, but because if you don't laugh about things like this, it'll just make you cry. It reminds me of Jesus sending out the 72 disciples on their mission journey, and he said, carry no purse and travel light. In other words, be rough and ready. You never know when you're going to get thrown a curve. So what did we learn from this wake-up call this week? Number one, as hard as we tried, we had missed an important point, and we neglected to ask people on their sign-up sheet and also in person when they arrived at church if they thought that they might have been in contact with anyone who had been exposed to the virus or in contact with the virus. Secondly, it's hard to maintain vigilance against this virus for an extended period of time. No matter how hard you try to keep up your level of vigilance, you do begin to relax. So you have to be willing to adjust at a moment's notice, because keeping our people safe is our top priority if we're going to be having in-person services. And that's just the way of love. So I hope that your Advent is continuing to go well, that you are filled with expectation, that you are safe where you are, and that you are following all the guidelines, and most of all, that God is making his presence known in your life in many, many ways. So there's the story, there's the saga that happened to us this week. And so now I just want to remind you, it will be at 9:15 Facebook Live with the service, the contemporary service, and that will be, you'll be able to view that at any time after 9:15. I hope to see you there online, and Father Jeff will be preaching. God bless you all.